welcome back to Montriana, episode 4. This is the first episode that requires Park Life DLC. And I hope something that I can create a park area. But first I need to continue zoning, because the last episode runs out of time. Then what to do right now is to continue building more roads. Roads are very important in the last 2 episodes. But then we need more water to do something else. Don't place the water near the dirt ones. It could get more sick and it will die early, and this contains age restrictions or immersible area. Now we need to do is a 4 square tile, and do not forget to upgrade the area. Now we need to do is to create a park area which is called the Montriana Central Park. And then where should I put this central gate? But first I need to pick the wrong area. Demolish first. I'm gonna pick the wrong area there once. Now we need to do is to put the park main gate on the center, and the side gates in the center. Where should I put this one? There and there, but it should be 8 squares, and then the side. So unlikely in this realistic episode, I couldn't be telling me to create a fenced area. What we need to do right now is to turn off the grid or a guideline, and to make it easier than the other ones. What to do right now is to create a road again. But then we need to unlock the 3rd tile for the farming area and the European suburbans. The suburbans. But there's not enough money for the train station. Building must be roadside, and then it should be roadside on the other side. But the continuation goes right there and there, and it should be three squares, every single district. After that, I need you to create the farming areas on that 3rd tile, and the 3rd tile could be more realistic, and it should be immersively working. Ever since the microphone is nearly defective, and it could do the work, which is called the Montriana Fields. Montriana Fields is the 4th thing you ever see. And then create a water synchronizations. You could ever build more or remove more trees before the farming industry, and wait for another days to create. Okay, the style is the European suburbia. Remove everything or the zone for the farming industry. You should turn off the building to avoid abandonment and relocate. If there's any, it could happen that you should build a park right there, a cafe, tourist centers, restrooms. In the park, it could be as recycled, and I could ever know this one. It will be harder to build something else because it's at night time, and the space is already occupied, to make it more boosting. But it requires power. Now we need to that requires power that, and the sewage is backing up, or the health center. It's too dark for this one. What we need to do is to relocate the area, and then the solar updraft tower is locked. Now we need to wait for another episode. Ever since the microphone is completely defective, or whatnot. We need to wait for the next episode. And this episode is realistically confusing on that side. Now we need to do is the cemetery. And these people laid to rest. Or something else. And then we could be able to create a second ramp less with the recycling center. Recycling centers could be more easier to make it is. Recycling centers are more cheap than the other incineration plants. And there's an incineration plants. Do not forget for these 4 squares. 4 squares are impressive. If there's anything erasures, try to do this again. But then there are so many problems going from there, from Montriana River Forest. You can't create road there because I don't understand. Try this again. Start it over. And what you need to do right now is to create an elevation step. An elevation step can be required. Take a look in again. There's not enough power for... What we need to is the oil power plant. Oil power plant is very expensive. It will create more pollution. A very high pollution. Or an extremely high pollution going there. And this excitance could be... Okay, there's not enough average traffic flow. It's red. The traffic flow is red because... I don't know how this happens. Build more road. If you try to build more road, it could disturb the other ones. Metro stations will be on episode 6. You know, sometimes the music gets, if the music gets copyrighted, build an office. Office services are required because of the zoning, and the other ones must be zoning. And please do not forget to hesitate on anything else. What now we need to do right now is the ground to elevated highway ramp, and very hard to reach everything in itself. So what to do right now is build a road over here, build a ramp over here, and then here, and entrance and exits. So this is the second and exit ramp to reduce the traffic flow, to increase the traffic flow. It should not be 0%. And European suburbias could be disasterable. And then you always see this a 6-lane road. You should consider upgrading to 6-lane road because of the traffic flow very high. Now what we need to do is to change a junction to make money faster because of the okay, I don't think it is a big city or something. And what you do right now is I forgot to push the number 2 on it for this game speed. And we need to wait for another episode to create less interrupting. For this example, you must create another the water treatment plant to avoid the water treatment plant. It shouldn't be more frequent less and this confusing. And this episode is startless and huntable. And this is the wrong side of this grid because of no cobblestone, and the cobblestone area should be misresponsive. And oh wait, the target is on fire in this farming area. Montriana fields isn't a fire. And what we need to do right now is build a second area. There must be serious way. There's some big scriber. Coming up next, there is a very big update for this unconscious thing that requires hospitals, large fire department, hospitals, and realistically. And then do not forget about this one in these large areas. I'll be back in the next episode.